Intern and J. Stevens, watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
It's 104.7K, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens, Dark Side of the Stream, episode 264, one of the real movie choices I made Jay watch.
We're going off the beaten path.
1988's classic Bloodsport, which just full disclosure, I'm going to make you watch Kickboxer for my next pick after this one so that
Is
you
it
can
the
see
same show?
That it's literally, it's so similar.
Isn't it also Enter the Dragon?
No.
Is it also similar to Enter? Yeah, I think it's the same basically storyline as Enter the Dragon. That's why the guy sued him.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Okay. You're talking about Bloodsport. Bloodsport and Enter the Dragon are similar in the sense that there's a
something like that,
kumite
right?
that they all go fight on. Now, in Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, we're discussing, right? Great movie. They go to that martial art island because the drug lord Kingpin that they're all trying to get after holds the fighting tournament every year or every few years. It's technically not the kumite in the sense that Bloodsport is alluding to in this. Now, granted, you saw the end of it, right?
Yes.
You saw the based on the life events of Frank Dukes.
That was what blew my mind. I go, okay, somehow I missed it. This true story.
There's not. Well,
then it's not a true story. I Googled him and I was like, this guy's badass.
It'd be like Jay,
Wait a minute.
like Jay talking
and all of a sudden,
about,
all the stories fall apart.
Dude,
and then, and he sues Van Damme.
No. It's not a.
Right.
Again,
the true kumite was after the movie.
It's so funny to me now, though, that we were talking about Walt Disney last time and how, he's edited all the cigarettes out of his hand. All of the that Bloodsport is literally free on every streaming service that you can find.
I watched it on YouTube. Yeah.
Tubi, it does not matter. It's everywhere. And
dope soundtrack.
Oh, I will get into the
dope soundtrack.
I know. I have the vinyl. And I had to go to Germany to get Kickboxer. God, and that actually kind of the Kickboxer one has all those original songs with the singer and stuff like "Fight for Love" and all that stuff. It's not in the U.S. version, but it's in the German version.
Dude.
That's a whole other rabbit hole we don't need to go down. But I think, man, it's so hard. It's so hard because this movie encapsulates so much of my childhood where it's like this movie and then within 2 or 3 years there's video games like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat that are literally
you even saw one in the movie. They had like an early version of it,
right? But it's so crazy that it's literally a precursor for what those fighting video games would become because each character in Bloodsport has like a nationality,
like a Street Fighter type thing,
right? You got the Israeli dude that he does
Thai guys, kickboxers,
the monkey guy that fight. Well, by the way, what is that? You're a martial art guy. The monkey fighting guy.
That's kung fu stuff. Yeah.
Is that a real thing though?
Yeah,
like
monkey,
they pretend
monkey style.
But the way he's like climbing around and stuff.
Yes.
How is that an effective
like
fighting
a kung
style?
Fu. Wind style too. There's a wind technique.
I can see like the gracefulness of your whatever moves to defend and stuff. Like
tiger style. They would emulate animals.
Like in the movie, it's so ridiculous that he's like on the ground and stuff.
There's a lot of ridiculous in this movie.
What's this guy doing?
I did love that Jean Von Claude was a beautiful man, and I did appreciate these guys' bodies were just perfect. These guys' bodies, so beautiful. Their bodies sculpted. The way he does the splits, Mike, incredible, right?
No, keep talking about this. I'm just telling Tyler while you're talking about
just
how beautiful these guys'
Hey,
bodies
I can
are.
appreciate beauty, male or female. These guys, these guys, I did appreciate Jean-Claude Van Damme was a very beautiful man and very nice body and just so skillful with his karate. I'm going to give that as a compliment to the movie. I also have a big hole that I'm going to poke in the movie, but that's my compliment. And I will say that it was kind of a precursor to the UFC. Everybody always talked about what if we got all the styles together, who would actually win? And that's finally what the UFC went and did, for a grand scale.
Very, very good insight. I realized something today. After 264 episodes, I need to treat this podcast like a cop and like come in here and just let you go off on tangents because like normally I'm the one. You just let me go.
Yeah, usually you run with it.
Kick the door down and
I had to get the beauty. I had to get the beauty in.
But Jay felt so strongly about Jean-Claude Van Damme's
what a
physique.
Beautiful man. Yo, gosh, yes, right?
Tyler, as our official
Several of those guys
and
had
producer
great
of the show, has Jay ever spoken about a male in this way before that you can remember? I know, like, he talks about, like, Vince Neil and all those guys are, like, pretty chicks and stuff like that, but that's a joke. He's never actually talked about the physique, other than... Other than the Ringer and Diddy documentary, the guy.
Oh, boy, yeah. It's Dark Side of the Stream. We're talking
what's up in the game.
Dark Side of the Stream. Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens in the studio. It's Dark Side of the Stream, episode 264 this week with my pick.
Discussing Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, Kumite. We just realized Jay Stevens is a massive fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, which I also am. Being a fan of him though since a child, because I was like 6 or 7 when this movie came out, and it was one of the movies that was like literally every day on HBO as a kid. It was just constantly on. That and Kickboxer. I never thought about it in that regard, where I viewed it from like, man, Jean-Claude Van Damme's physique is this.
Yeah, and the way he does the splits.
His moves are cool.
Yeah,
the split
his
stuff's
legs,
awesome.
The splits, gosh, man, skilled.
Let's take a moment and talk about the arch nemesis. Is it It's Chun-Li?
Chun-Li? Yeah, something like that.
Chun-Li? I don't even know I can't even. I've seen it a billion times. I've seen this movie. I can't even think of it. I think it's Chun-Li or something like that. But I always know him as Bolo from Enter the Dragon. He's
okay, same guy.
Well, no. In Enter the Dragon, he kind of plays the baddest dude there.
But he's the same. It's the same actor.
Yeah, same guy. Yeah. But that's the crazy thing is when you watch Enter the Dragon, look at him then, which is like 25 years before, and then look at him because he was almost in his 50s when they shot that movie.
Wow.
So you think about how he looks against your incredible physique as Jean-Claude Van Damme, which Jean-Claude looks incredible in that movie.
Yeah, he was young.
But like Bolo, that dude, he was honestly, I think they referred to him as like the Chinese, like Asian Hercules or something like that. Yeah. Dude was
even more jacked, huh?
Insane.
Man.
Insane. Now, so many great one-liners in this movie.
Forrest Whitaker, bro.
Oh, Forrest Whitaker.
A young Forrest Whitaker. I was like, I didn't remember that either. I was like, yo.
Yeah, I know. And he does a great job in it too. I also thought how when they do the throwback scene where he goes to meet his teacher and his teacher's dying and he's going to tell him he's going to be in the Kumite and because his son died and how
and when he shows up, I'm Telaka family.
Oh, dude, the death blow. That thing was so awesome. Is that even possible?
I don't think that's possible to pick the brick. I mean, I don't know. That's
we gotta look this up because you're my martial arts expert.
I don't think the death touch is a real thing. But
death touch.
I mean, hey,
but
if somebody could do it, cool.
When they do the flashback of him when he meets that family as a kid and he comes into the house and he's with those high school kids, it's so funny because they get this one kid to kind of have this really dopey accent like he does. I wasn't going to steal it.
It was so bad.
And he also looks like he's probably 25 versus the kids that are actually like
there
kids.
Was some bad acting in this for sure. There was some bad acting in this for sure.
But I thought, that's why I love it so much. I just, when they first get to China and they're walking around and they're with their tour guide and they go to the walled city in China, that was actually one of the only times that an outside Chinese film was allowed to shoot there.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't exist anymore. They demolished it right out, like in the 90s, I think. But that whole thing where they go in and there's that giant Chinese dude and he goes, "Okay, USA," and they go inside. That's really what that place looked like, man.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So while it's extremely campy and it's ridiculous, there's some really cool stuff in it that's like, I think, culturally relevant, even though it's kind of stereotypical and all that
drunk
stuff.
American guy,
there's things in it that you're like, man, so cool. But when we come back, I'm curious to see what Jay's hole in this movie was. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark Side of the Stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Jay Stevens, Mike the Intern, Dark Side of the Stream, episode 264. The phenomenal major motion picture Bloodsport, which you can watch literally anywhere. I think Pluto's got it, Tubi's got it, YouTube's got it.
Yeah, YouTube is where I watched it.
So you mentioned earlier that there was a hole.
Yeah, because it was
among the many in the movie. Other than the fact that the guy who they based the movie on completely lied about the whole thing. That should be, but that wasn't the hole for Jay that bugged him.
There was Kumite stuff that went on like that, but everybody always talked about, hey, who would win if we got a kung fu guy and a kickboxer and all this and that, and that's what kind of the UFC was built on, still is today. But all these fighters showed up, all these different styles. You said the monkey guy, right? We've got the Thai guys, kung fu guys, karate guys, bar brawler. Nobody wrestled. There was no wrestler representation. Nobody took it to the ground.
That hurts you.
Yeah,
no jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Where was jiu-jitsu?
Because when the UFC first came out, the UFC wasn't until 93 when everybody saw jiu-jitsu really. And it was all styles, and jiu-jitsu ended up winning each one for the first few because nobody knew what they were doing.
It's the ground game.
Nobody knew the ground game then. Now they do. They do.
I was a big kid, and that's how early on in my life I fought without knowing that that's the game.
Yeah. Take it to the ground.
You got to get them down. They're done.
Yeah. So I was bummed that there was no ground representation in this, but it was cool. For a movie, you want the flash. I get it.
Again.
So I felt it was unrealistic. There should have been one wrestler at least.
I think the guy from Revenge of the Nerds who gets messed up.
Was it Revenge of the Nerds guy? I was thinking, was this the nerd? Yeah. I was like, was it him? When I first saw him, I'm like, it's him. And then I was like, well, maybe it's not him.
Yeah, it's definitely him.
Yeah, he was the best. Drinking beer, bar brawler, scrapper. Yeah, you love those guys.
And I don't know why he has it out for Chun-Li in the movie, because after he beats that guy, he's like, "You man, I'm coming for you." Man. I'm like, man, I wouldn't be pointing at that dude. No way.
Of course, the bad guy's gonna cheat like he did in the movie, with the little.
What is that? How do you get blinded? Is it like aspirin or something?
I don't think it's like. I feel it was like bleach or something, something. But you saw it coming when he was training in the house with the blindfold, serving the family.
Yeah.
Bro,
dude, it's so great.
So dope.
It's so awesome.
It was dope.
Which leads us to the final thing we're going to talk about on this segment, and before we give it our reviews, the soundtrack is unbelievable. It is, again, super cheesy. I'm glad that the world has kind of come back to where it's cool again. Because I think
very, very cool.
If you brought this up in 98, 99, you're
that? Was it?
I was trying to sell you on the coolness.
The Weeknd, didn't the Weeknd do a whole album of stuff like that?
It's like it really is just like so bad ass. And so badass. I've sent him when they used to train in the house behind
we sent you a video of me and Brian at the end.
Like,
we sent the music.
Train with this music,
and we did.
And they did,
and we sent you a little video
because it's perfect for it. It was like. It's okay.
Even the slow stuff is still, it's good. That part was good for sure.
It's so good. They did a press. I can't remember if it was. I think it was Waxworks. Did a gorgeous soundtrack press a few years ago. They redid all the artwork for it, like hand did the artwork. I think I've shown you. It's just unbelievably cool. They did a kickboxer one too, but again, because of licensing, they only could do the music portions. They couldn't do the songs where that dude's singing. And so I had to go to Germany, and I'll use that for when I make you watch Kickboxer, because that's, again, very similar to this movie with the exception. Now, another thing, Kumite. I was always under the impression that a kumite referred to what you did at the end of your testing. Like, you basically, like a kumite was where you were testing out your black belt, and they just throw everything out.
No, a kumite, I think, was like an anything goes, no hold barred match. Almost like a death match. They used to have those things, but then, of course, also people would say that they went and competed in them and show up with a trophy that wasn't really a trophy.
It's actually both. It's both. So it means meeting hands, grappling hands in the live controlled combat to apply techniques learned in kata and kyon and it's like it could be either way.
Yeah,
you could have a Kumite fight where it's to that, or what I suggested, where you basically have your sensei and all of his partners.
We call that Shark Tank nowadays.
They run in and he does something, and you're supposed to use dragon arm too. And then the next dude comes in, and you're supposed to use tiger leg kick.
We'll joke at say Kumite, but we'll call it Shark Tank when one guy stays in and just opponent. Yeah, one guy just gets worked over.
That's Kumite,
yeah. So that's our own version of Kumite. Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
But now we have the UFC for Kumite, so. It's pretty much the closest thing we got.
I don't know, man. The couple of these last ones on Paramount haven't been that great. The marquee fights was pretty good, but all the lead up early card stuff is just like, what are we doing here, guys? Come on, what are we doing?
You got to start somewhere.
It's going to be like boxing before you know it. I guarantee you, it's going to be going to have the same fate. All right, we come back. More about Bloodsport to start side of the stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark side of the stream. Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens, watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Jay Stevens, Mike the Intern, back in the studio one more time. It's Dark Side of the Stream, episode 264 this week was my pick. Bloodsport.
No, you mean, yeah, Bloodsport.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a perfect score because I watch this. I literally, if I turn the TV on and Bloodsport's on,
I'll go 4. I'm just like, I didn't really want to watch a regular movie, but it was cool. It was fun to revisit it.
You're going to like it.
Because if I saw it when it came out, and so I hadn't seen it since. No, of course not. So I didn't know nothing about it, and I didn't know it was like based on a true story that wasn't a true story.
You like such a UFC guy.
Yeah, but you know.
You know what else? One of his favorite movies of all time? Like, to the point where I've heard that he just likes to watch the training and fighting scenes edited together.
Ooh.
President Donald Trump. It's one of his favorite movies of all time. Kickboxer 2.
That's
Did
random.
you get some goosebumps because of that? Well, what are we watching next?
Oh, I found a great documentary. Oh, it's so good. So good. It's on Netflix. Secret Mall Apartment.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
So good.
You want to talk about a scam. That's a scam.
Bro, it is so good.
That's a scam.
It is so good.
It's always something I kind of wanted to do.
It is so good. You're in for it. It's so good.
I think, honestly...
I'm so glad they documented because if they told you the story, you'd be like, huh? The whole thing they've documented the whole time filming back in the day. So it's just actual footage of them.
I've always wanted to do that since Weird Science and Laszlo living in the building of the dorm where they are in college and they have to take that elevator in the closet and he's like in the walls.
Okay, well that's
it's like fully furnished.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Watch us do this live every Thursday, 9 a.m. or on Facebook or YouTube. Download this as a free podcast on our 104.7 The Cave app or just listen to it during my show at 9 a.m. on Thursdays, 6 p.m. on Thursdays for Jay.
Or come in the studio for Kumite.
Or you can fight Jay in a Kumite while he tells you how much he loves Jean-Claude Van Damme's physique.
We can
I am Mike the Intern, and this is Jean-Claude Van Damme superfan Jay Stevens reminding you we watch movies so you don't have to. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.